thanks everybody for being here. It's great to have you here. Thanks. Um, okay, well, I'm going to start. Let me share my screen. Okay, are you watching my screen? It's okay. Cool, thanks. Well, a little background of me. My name is Adriano Fiorenza. I'm from Argentina. I'm a full stack developer and other things, but mainly that. I've been working in another startup here in Argentina regarding or working on a fiat wallet for my country. Um, and well, I love blockchain since 2014 and Cardano very early as well. And I was dying to do something on Cardano and on blockchain actually, but when Cardano appears, it was an obvious choice for me. And well, I finally had the opportunity, like 2 months ago, to start building something on Cardano. And actually, I start facing some obstacles and difficulties because, Cardano is awesome, but it is very it is a very early environment yet. There is a bit of lack of documentation. There is like a lack of translations that for us people like for other countries it's like terrible. and well, other things like infrastructure costs and well, bugs or stuff like that. So it's okay because it's growing and it's going to be amazing in a very short time with Alonso and everything. But when I start building, it was terrible for me. So I spent like a month, like pivoting from one product to another, finding a way to make something, and everything works because it works. But it was lacking some like a bit thing, and another thing, just another thing on each product. So I end up like freezing my project, waiting for features to appear and and being developed. And then I realized why I'm going to do this, why I don't try to fill this gap. Um, and and then I thought about this, about a wallet that opens us the doors to not only like power use Cardano, to use Cardano in a very powerful way, but also to make things like extremely simple. Ideally for newcomers from for undeveloped countries to onboard to get on board the Cardano ecosystem, for students and other people. So well, I end up with this. You can. I'm going to share the URL. This is the landing page of my wallet. And well, you have both versions. You have testnet and mainnet. This goes to mainnet and this goes to testnet version. Today, we're going to make a demo, a live demo of the testnet version. So everyone who wants to participate, please be my guest. It's going to be fun if you want to try it. Okay, you have to click here. The wallet is very simple. There is a 15 mnemonic passphrase, like a lot of other wallets. And by creating that that mnemonic, you can In this case, you can copy the mnemonic. Try to never copy the mnemonic on PC's clipboard. You can copy and paste it on import. In the next, we're going to do it like super quick. You can do once inside. When you got inside, you are going to see this when you click on create wallet. You can copy this, paste it on the next page, and when you click continue, you are in. So I'm not going to do it because I have an open wallet here that I want to use. But the idea is that if you people, you can send me your address. You can check the address. Sorry, worry, it's going to be fake ADA. So if you send me the address for on the chat, I can share you some test data. You can do what.
Adriano, it seems we have a little bit of connection and he dropped off. No, yeah, you're here. Okay.
I'm here.
You stopped
Sorry.
sharing your screen. Can you share it again, please?
Okay.
You can maybe stop your video. Maybe
sorry for my internet connection. So, did you lost?
Yeah, we don't see the screen, but you can stop your video. You can be audio only and share the screen. Maybe that will help.
Sure. Yeah, totally. No. Okay. Now, are you watching the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, cool. So I don't know where I left. I'm very sorry. I was saying that if you manage to create the wallet here to import the mnemonic on this testnet wallet, we can play a bit with it. You can share me your address. You can grab it here. And you can paste it on the chat if you want. And I'm going to like send you ADA to test. Okay, this is the wallet. The idea behind this wallet is to make a very intuitive, a very humanized and gamified wallet, and to let people stop wasting time on a lot of small things and obstacles that we all have, and just focus on on our goals, on what we want to do. If we are a user, just focus on using it, on enjoying your NFTs, selling assets, on minting NFT, for example, and very just charge stuff, and people is going to be able to pay you for
Yes, unfortunately, he has some connection issues. We can try again. It's okay.
This is terrible. Very.
It's okay. Come on. It's okay. You can start sharing your screen again.
Okay, thanks everyone for your patience. Okay, so are you watching the screen?
Yeah, everything is okay.
Okay, cool. Well, so that's the main idea of GameChanger Wallet. It's a very graphical wallet, And another thing that this wallet helps is on building, on developing but very, very fast, on prototyping and implementing DApp, like decentralized applications, calling or asking or requesting this wallet to execute things like mainly transactions, and to create applications in a but much simpler way that even you can finally accomplish like in a couple of minutes. For anyone, I don't know if we have a fully crowd of developers here, but for those who don't know, the idea is to work with a format called JSON. I'm going to go right to the point. This is JSON. It's like format, a fully data format. It's a text with some syntax that you have to respect. And basically, with this technology, we can connect the wallet with anything. I'm going to first and quick to show, for example, what we can do with this wallet. Like in a basic level, pure UI level, you have, for example, okay, let's check that chat. Cool. We have addresses here. Okay. So I'm going to send you the data I promised. So the idea here is that no more red messages about lacking fees and minimum ADA values on sending, and no more sending to just one address. So in this case, for example, I'm going to send 30 ADA to this address, and I'm going to send another 30 for this other address. Okay, what is going on here? Okay, sorry. There it goes. As you can see, this is like a game, right? Like an inventory of a game where you have here your balance, and actually you can interpret this like your inventory, and you can just pick assets or things and distribute them to your destinations that in this case are the addresses. So here we have a transaction that is going to send data to two people at the same time. I don't know if we have more. Yes, we have one more. Units here. Okay. That's it. 30. And we have 3 addresses to send data. And because we want, we're going to send one NFT to, for example, this one. Okay, no, I totally make a mistake here. When you click on select, you can like reselect the destination. So we're going to do it here. Another NFT. And here, for example, another NFT. Even you can check your own address because sometimes you are going to need it. I don't know for what, but for example, for NFT minting, you're going to need that kind of situation, and it's the same interface. So we have this transaction, and the rule of gold here on GameChanger is that every transaction that you're going to make is going to be shown to you before sending, so you can check and audit it. So in this case, the transaction gets like processed, and you have here the like this review stage. So you have the total data we are going to send, the fee involved, cool, slow fees, short fees. I mean for on Cardano, that's great. And here we have the 3 transactions, and we're going to click on send, and that's it. it has been a bit long because I'm talking, but believe me, it's very, very fast. Well, then, yes, how can I?
I just have a quick question, Adriano. When
Yes,
we
yes, sir.
send, let's say, multiple transactions, do we just pay the one fee or we pay like fees for each of the transactions?
Actually, everything got auto-calculated, and
I already got
I
it.
guess,
Just, you know, I got it.
every, okay. Okay. Well, what you have to worry about is that the most, well, you have seen this on the reviews page. The most annoying thing from the user end is setting this minimum ADA value for each address that you're willing to send to assets. And GameChanger auto-calculates it everything for you. So the fee of the entire transaction, that is, as you can see, it's very low fee, and the minimum ADA values are auto-calculated. That's the thing you have to worry about regarding this interface. And well, that's it. If you guys, I don't know if some of the lucky people that receive test data has received the test data, but maybe you have to wait a bit, but it's going to be there. So I'm going to be very quick on this. You have what everybody wants on Cardano and blockchain to mint NFTs. So this interface allows you to mint not only one NFT, but many NFTs. Maybe you can mint an entire collection, because you can set like metadata for a collection. And one thing important here is that I believe NFTs don't have to stay only on the artistic images theme on NFTs. You can just tokenize anything you want, a TXT file, a PDF, a song on GameChanger. You can do it right away. So in this case, I'm going to be very quick. We have 3 images. And okay. And the cool thing here, you even can change the order. This is very important for collections. So you have fully control of everything. Each image has its own form to fill the data for the metadata of the NFT. This is how NFTs works on Cardano. So you have basically the name, the asset name, the asset of the name of the native asset of Cardano. This is the name of the NFT that goes on the metadata. You have description, well, you know, author, copyright notice, whatever, and the amount, right? But we are not going to do this. We are going to do something else. For example, I don't like this image, and I'm going to drag and drop an image from Wool. Don't do this. Don't use copyright art for this for selling. So, well, here we have 3 images. If you click on collection, you're going to fill just one form to rule all the NFTs. So you can fill automatically this. I don't know. Like this. In this case, I'm going to just fill this. Then we can discuss one day about these things that are variables that we can use to autofill this. We are going to mint like 100 for each other, for each NFT, and that's it. And then if you click on distribute, we're going to upload this to IPFS and Arweave. These are small images, so it's going to be fast, I guess, and hope. Okay. Well, and here we have an interface very similar to the Smart Send interface, where you just pick the NFTs you want, and you can distribute it, for example, to a lot of addresses, like making a drop, right? An NFT drop. And in this case, the default is my own address, but we're not going to this right now. Um, well, okay. For the time we have, I'm going to I'm going to do it. But please remember, you can distribute right here these NFTs to a lot of addresses. It's the same interface. We have the total data, the fees. In this case, because of the UTXO, it's a bit higher. And well, a fee in this case that we charge for minting these NFTs on mainnet, on testnet as well. And remember, this is the minimum ADA value you have to send always on Cardano for each address. Well, in this case, no, I'm sorry, totally mixed stuff. When it's when we are talking on sending like a change, the change output, it's not the same actually, but remember these ADAs that auto calculates for each address. It's so automatically set. Okay, that's it. So we wait a bit. We're going to have the result here on our balance, these tokens, this new NFTs. One thing we can do here that is very interesting for developers, for example, is that you can check everything like the policy ID, the fingerprint, the asset ID, the asset name, a lot of stuff. This is coming from the metadata of the NFT. You can copy everything here. Clicking here, you can copy it. Here you have the raw metadata. Okay. Here we have the new just minted NFTs available on our balance. Okay. And well, I'm going to start this part that is the most like crazy one. Until now, there are any questions or something you want to ask or comment? No. Okay.
So the testnet wallet.
Yes.
This one is just but the other wallet option right now is live for Cardano.
Yes, it's live. One very important thing to comment. Many of you know Dandelion APIs, Dandelion APIs. We exist, GameChanger exists thanks to Dandelion APIs right now. We are like spending our own savings to deploy this wallet, and well, in my country it's ultra expensive to pay dollars, like for Amazon or Google or whatever, any cloud service. So we are relying on Dandelion. They well, mostly Roberto is working very hard. He's trying to update the version of Cardano GraphQL that we use to the last one because it has a bug, and every time you mint on the current mainnet wallet of GameChanger, the balance is going to like freeze for a while. As soon as this is going to be upgraded, you are going to have the same smooth experience like here, like the testnet. So that's to have in mind, but it's going to be very soon. So just maybe one day or 2 days, I guess, we may have it online properly. So once again, thanks Roberto, and thanks Dandelion for an amazing service. So well, this is Playground. What is Playground? This small JSON-based code, it's called GameChanger script, and it's basically like a recipe to give orders to the wallet, right? This recipe allows you to do a lot of stuff. Right now, for example, you can send ADA, like here. This is the demo for sending ADA. You have built-in demos to start very, very fast prototyping and learning or playing with Cardano. And then to implement this on production, you may want to do it as well. So you can send as well, you can send tokens, not just ADA. As GameChanger auto calculates everything for you, you don't have even to worry about calculating fees and minimum ADA values. You just have to tell GameChanger what you want. Okay, I want to send, in this case, an output to this address with this quantity of this policy ID. We have to fill in here the right policy ID for a token with this asset name, for example. And that's it. And then this works. Let's stop calculating stuff. Let's stop having obstacles at the time of working with Cardano. This way we can go, we can like widespread Cardano and help a mass adoption of it, especially to, for example, on counting on junior developers or students or even entrepreneurs that want to code this. This is almost a no-code implementation of a dApp connector, right? This is the idea. So remember, this is a list, an array or a list. So if you copy here, for example, this block of text, and you paste it here, for example, you can send two different, imagine you can change this to something else. You can send to this address two different tokens. Of course, this is also another, it's not a list, but believe me, you can do something like this. There are some errors, but don't worry. You can put here another address and you can send, I don't know, maybe this for a real life use case can be a split for a payment. So you can, for example, pay here for the pizza and here to the delivery guy, for example. Every kind, like a lot of stuff like that you can do. For example, here in this demo, we have ADA and a token. And here we have, as I said, a lot of outputs on the transaction. And for example, if you want to play with metadata, that is a very powerful feature of Cardano. You can do it as simple as this. You don't have outputs, and GameChanger understands that you want to send like the change of the transaction to you. So you don't have to worry about calculating or like explicitly defining stuff. You just want metadata, you have to put metadata here, the root key of the metadata and whatever you want. For example, this is a very interesting case because it has some features that I had to implement to help developers to, for example, accomplish an e-commerce or e-card implementation with basic redirections based on the events of the transaction. So for example, the transaction gets like sent to the Cardano blockchain, and then the user can, from the wallet, redirect to the e-commerce site, for example, to claim what he has paid, or to notify automatically to notify the site, right? And to continue a UX, a user experience flow on that regard. For example, here we have on the metadata, like information about an order ID with a card, with items, and the cost, the price of the items, whatever. Then we have whatever I want, NFTs. And here you have the way you can mint NFTs with this. you have all the NFT drop here. Please remember, if you do this, you're going to mint NFTs to yourself, to your own wallet. If you specify outputs, you're going to be making a drop. If in this case I'm going to show you in a couple of seconds how many tokens I'm minting. In this case, I'm minting 10. So if I just send 5 from the 10 tokens I'm minting, the leftover is going to be the change of the transaction. It goes back to your wallet, everything automatically. Okay. Here, the magic that I had to implement to help with this, to avoid like moving around private keys and stuff like that, is to use the index of the minting policy or the minting like entry we have in this text file. We have like a specification of the minting policy we want to implement on this NFT, on this minted token. As it is a list, we are saying, okay, let's use the number 0. This is the list that I'm talking about. And this whole item is the minting script. This is very important for people minting NFTs. Is the like a time lock. I'm not going to enter on the specifics. With this stuff here, you can like sign the policy script with a different like identity, if you want to say it that way, derived from your main main key of your wallet. And here you have the definition of the asset name, the quantity we want to mint, and here the metadata of the NFT. Here, remember, it goes actually the policy ID of the token on the blockchain. This goes that way, but here you can use remember the index of the minting script, that is this whole item. Okay, but how this works, I mean, you can code this, but how you use it on real life. So here we have a preview, like entire wallet, you always have these preview stages. Remember, we have here title and description, and this is to create this kind of user experience where the user, the final user, is going to read this and understand what it is all about. We have here the review stage as usual, and this is the important part. What this playground does is to convert the code we have read before to a link, basically to a URL. So this way, this simplest but powerful way, we can send like that connections or connectors even on an email, on a WhatsApp chat, on, I don't know, maybe you can put this exact code that we generated on Twitter, and people clicking on your tweet is going to be able to mint an NFT, for example. Cool stuff like that. All because we use URLs. Okay. Of course, the URL is going to be a bit like lengthy, but don't worry. It's how it has to work. And if we copy, for example, we copy this URL. Sorry, I'm going to do this very quick. Okay. Now, if we copy this and we paste it on the browser, it launches this screen where you have, this is what the final user is going to see. You have the title, the description. Here it detects the origin when it is available. And you have to decide what do you want to do as a user. It's like a MetaMask experience, but very different. And you have to choose what to do. In this case, you can reject the transaction or add it to a cart. GameChanger has a cart for solving the dApp connections. This way you can, for example, click on a lot of links, accumulate them, and then resolve them, review them, and execute them when you want, wherever you want. So on this way, you can, for example, use GameChanger as a cart, as a product cart actually, and make a very quick and simple, I don't know, e-commerce for selling stuff. Okay, in this case, we're going to mint this. Okay, Philip.
Yes, Adriano, I just have a question. Let's say I make a code like that and I generate a URL and I send it to like 5 of my friends, right? Do they need to have a GameChanger wallet, their own private keys to use it?
Yes, exactly. You need GameChanger in this case. These implementations, the base of the URL starts with the GameChanger like domain. So yes, you need it. Exactly. Yes, it's a very like novel way on doing dApp connections. So in this case, it depends on this wallet to do it. I don't know. Maybe we can make like a zip for this one day if people want. It will be nice. Okay, good question, Philip. Very good question. Okay, let's do it. Let's click on here to add it to the dApp cart, and well, let's go back. Here, remember we pasted here on the browser, so we going back does nothing. And check this out. If we go to the dApp cart, we have the connector here awaiting for us to review it and execute it. So if we click on preview, here we have the fee and the category of the minting part of the transaction, telling that we are going to mint this NFT. Here we can review the metadata, so you don't have to trust on GameChanger. You can, or on the author of that link, you can just review everything that it's going to do, and you can execute it. And that's it. We have mint with a link, an NFT. And one important thing to have in mind is this. For example, we're going to try it with this, with the e-commerce demo. So we have this demo, and the difference between, okay, Martin.
Yeah, does this also work with the QR code scanner?
Very good question. Yes, but the thing here is that if you're going to like embed this on a QR code, it's going to be very nice and good for you if you keep it simple. If you keep your script very simple. If you're going to mint like an NFT, we have to try it. Actually, I've never tried before, but it may be a very like a big code to encode on the QR code. So the QR code is going to get a bit big, but yes, and please, if you try it and it works on the most common QR code scanners because of the size, please let me know on Twitter or something like that. It's
So you could just do an address and an amount, and then you could just finish the transaction together.
Yes, that is I guess the most like common use case for this, to generate like payment links, or for example donation links, like or QR codes. Like I have on the website a donation link this way. If you want to try it on mainnet, I'm going to be very thankful. But yes, you can do this kind of stuff with this wallet. So the thing is that if you are going to work with a static link, maybe this can work a lot of for entrepreneurs and people that just want to uh, like make payment links, as I said. So you can copy these static links. But if you don't want to do that and you're a developer and you want to take like more advantage of this link and create a dynamic link that you can generate it via JavaScript, for example. You can copy this code that is an HTML ready simple page that is going to generate like dynamically the same URL. So in this case, I have a very simple web server. I'm going to paste this HTML page. And we are going to head here. This was the previous example. If I refresh, we have now the e-commerce payment demo ready to use. And if we click here, we are actually connecting with the wallet and making the connection. We are going to add it to the cart and return to the site. And imagine that we have just like add a product to like this card that we have built in on the wallet. And here, this is the link to buy another product on, I don't know, a WooCommerce site. And I have like added 2 items. This is the third, for example, to the wallet. And then if I go here, we have the executed NFT minting demo to dismiss, ready to dismiss because we executed before. We can hit close here. And then we have this, the 3 items we are willing to buy, for example. This, one thing to keep in mind, this is a lightweight, sorry, a light wallet with a responsive interface, and it's completely a progressive web app website, actually, or web app. So the thing here is that a lot of stuff you can like slide it on your cell phone, and it's going to be very handy for end users. For example, we're going to preview this payment and we are going to pay it. Here we can know that it's going to ask us redirections and we can audit that. If we execute this and we hit close, the wallet asks us to return to the site to notify the e-commerce site, right? That we have just like bought something. Of course, the e-commerce site should be like scanning the blockchain for payments, for example. But in this case, we make it for the developer of the e-commerce site a bit easier because when we return to the site, we are going to carry the transaction hash of the transaction we have executed. So this way we can help the e-commerce. Yes, Philip?
I have a question. So we know that we can generate a code and that code provides a URL. Now, maybe this is a bit complicated. I don't know even if it's doable, but can we forward a parameter to the user? Let's say it's a donation button and the user can enter how much to donate.
Okay, that's a very good question because I thought about it, and I could implement for static links like other like URL variables to allow like parameterizing this static like bundle of the code. But I thought that it would be maybe a more I don't know if yes, a more cleaner and and powerful maybe implementation to just use the dynamic generation of the URL. If you use the dynamic generation of the URL, remember here, for example, on this web page, for example, we have this constant where we have the JSON, and if you by code you alter this, for example, so the part of the metadata or the outputs or the amounts as you want it, you're going to manage to do the exact same thing without exposing even parts of your interaction more on the URL.
I understand. You want to allow, let's say, the person who generates the link to make as simple as possible just for the user to click and that's it, right?
Exactly. That's the spirit behind the static link. Okay. When we talk about the dynamic links, maybe the dynamic link is for you if you want to make small changes on the as the template or the code you are
Definitely.
generating.
Yeah, very clear, very clear.
If you are interested how this works and maybe the security, you can check this library, and this library is doing the magic of compressing and generating the link. Okay, it's thought for that. Okay, good question. So, well, as I said, you can click on close, and GameChanger is going to ask the end user to go to the site once again. In this case, if you click on no, for example, we can check this that happens. If we go to the, we can check it here as well, for example, on this only transactions view. And we can check this. On this transaction that we've made, we have this claim button that does exactly that. But the difference is that the debit card works like on RAM for like a volatile information storage there, but this goes on the blockchain. So if you open this wallet on another device 10 years later, you are going to still having available this claim button to return to the site and claim whatever you buy. This is to help users, for example, if they have some problem or something, to return back to the site and claim it, claim what they bought. And check this, for example, if we hit here, we come back to the site, and as I promised, you have the transaction hash available here. So this way we can make it a bit even easier for the, sorry, for the developer of the e-commerce site. And well, if you are so kind to help me with feedback and maybe your vote on the Catalyst proposal that I'm submitting, you're going to be helping me developing the next phases of the wallet. One important thing that is going to come if I manage to do it, because it's going to be hard, but I want to do it. It's going to be very fun. It's to allow with this GameChanger script to call for smart contracts. So imagine if with something like as simple as this, you can call smart contracts and on Cardano, and it's going to be very cool for developers and students to start coding or even building or prototyping their apps. And well, other thing that it's coming, it's like a discovery hub or marketplace for applications. So users can reach almost all the applications available for the upcoming ecosystem of tabs that I hope it's going to appear next to around this wallet. So the end user can use whatever it needs. It can search and find cool applications, DeFi applications, and such to execute.
Thank you for the wonderful presentation again. I have a question about the proposal. By the way, if anyone wants to see, I shared the link to the proposal in the chat. I noticed you don't have a cost breakdown. Now, as a community advisor, that's something that we always say, like, make a cost breakdown and make milestones or KPIs. Like, let's say if you get funded, how much time do you need to deliver some things? And you know, so can you say something about that? Did you create the amount based on salary for yourself for a certain amount of time, or is it, which is fine also, it's perfectly okay, but can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Sure. Okay. The proposal, if you check the proposal, it's not final, the structure of it. And I promised I'm going to make it better for everyone to check it out. Yes, it's mainly based on salary, and the other part that is a huge concern for me right now, it's the backend part, okay, the infrastructure part. Well, Philippe, you yesterday on Playground and today, sometimes, well, in this case, I guess it was a much smoother time, but sometimes, well, you know, Dandelion is a very cool and important community service, but we are consuming resources from them. So I've committed to somehow contribute back to Roberto's work, and a big portion of that funds that I'm asking is to help with infrastructure for Dandelion, because I cannot reveal much about it because Roberto has to do it, but there is a plan coming to like allowing contributions
Great,
to Dandelion.
that sounds
So,
amazing. I think the community itself would react very nicely that you take a chunk of money and you're just saying, okay, look, I'm building infrastructure, and by infrastructure I understand a server or a network or something like that. Am I right?
exactly.
Okay,
I don't know how many nodes or stuff like that.
yeah.
I have to talk a lot with him, but
That's
yes,
perfectly
the idea
fine.
is to
But that gives us, you know, something clear. Great. He needs infrastructure. He needs, you know, it's normal. You need equipment.
sure.
And there is a question in the chat. Will this wallet support storing NFTs from other blockchains, or is this strictly for Cardano?
Okay, good question. I don't know exactly about the RC20 converter, if it's going to appear like a RC70. I don't remember the the specification right now, but yes, I mean, when the technology appears to like convert mainly from Ethereum uh, compatible blockchains to Cardano, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, then I'm sure that it's going to be compatible. Right now, I have not thought about it. So I would be lying if I said, yes, of course it's going to work. No, we need, of course, this kind of converter or bridge somehow to like to burn the token on Ethereum and make it appear here on our side. With that technology, I guess it's going to be completely possible.
Great, great. And just, yeah, Ed is saying you will have his vote. You'll have my vote as well. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you a
um,
lot.
the other question, just maybe a little bit more technical, the wallet, GameChanger wallet itself, like we can create or import mnemonic phrases. But is it, let's say, compatible if I create a wallet in Yoroi, can I import it here, or it's not?
Okay, very good one. We are more compatible for wallets like, for example, Nami, or I guess community, the CC wallet, for example. The thing here is that to keep it simple, actually, GameChanger works with our first address, right? The first address we can create with the same mnemonics. So the mnemonic uh, standard is the same that all the other addresses here on Cardano, but we just use the first one to make like a MetaMask like experience for the user, and don't complicate stuff with other addresses. It's a very cool thing to have on Cardano, many addresses. It has a very cool anonymization reason as well. But in this case, the idea is to keep it simple and allow people to connect with applications and stuff.
Perfectly fine. So if I understand correctly, I can import my Yoroi wallet. It's just that you will
Yes.
always use the first address. That's, that's great.
Yes, Philippe. Yes, sorry. That's the thing I was missing. It's compatible, but at that point, okay, there is more very probably some of the balance on, for example, Yoroi, it's not going to be
Visible.
available here.
Okay.
That's don't panic if you see less balance. Nobody has your balance. You have your balance, but GameChanger just focus on the first address.
Okay. Ed has a question.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. Great project. It's pretty quick question. Just curious if you'll be able to stake ADA through this on a staking pool.
Very cool question, because that's one of the things I want to add to this lab connector. Yes. So one-click staking, it's going to be possible, I guess, in a short time. I don't know when. The thing is that I need, because I've been like investing my own funds here, so I need like a bit of a revenue model here to make this project sustainable in time. So as I don't have funds to launch a good staking pool, I want to think this a bit better, so I can like allow this one-click staking, but at the same time I can have some sort of revenue income as well. Okay, so I have to think how I'm going to make this work. But yes, I like the same thing, the same feature. I want to implement it.
Sounds great. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot for being here and for the question.
Martin, you have your hand up?
Yeah. You say that the fees are hard to calculate. How does this actually work? Say I'm a vendor and I sell you something for 5 ADA. What is then the problem of calculating the fees? Is it that if I send you 5, I get less, or?
Okay, I don't know if I understand exactly the point of the question, but the thing is, what I wanted to mitigate is the user on calculating fees and minimum ADA values at the time, for example, of setting the form of sending interface, right? So maybe you are in a hurry and you just want to drag and drop a token and send it to someone, or drag and drop some ADA, right? So if you want to send just, I don't know, 5 ADA to somebody,
Exactly.
just input 5 ADA. Don't worry about inputting a bit more, a bit less. The idea is the 5 ADA are going to be there for your destination. And on the review stage, you are going to be presented with the extra fee that you have to pay and such. And this all depends on Cardano, no, not exactly on GameChanger, right? This is how Cardano works. But the idea is to make you focus on what you have to do, not on the technicalities, on making the transaction valid.
Okay, so what is the minimum? Say I want to send 5. If I do this with Daedalus, I would get like a error message, or it would send less or something. I've not met much experience of paying somebody with ADA.
Okay, in your case, I recommend you GameChanger to check that out, because if you want to send, for example, zeros, I don't know, like some love legacies, not even 1 ADA to somebody, there is you're going to understand what I'm talking. The thing is that on Cardano you have to meet a minimum ADA requirement for every output you want to have on your transaction. So this means it's not like a fee that you're going to have to pay extra to the value you want to send. It's the minimum value that you have to send. A minimum a value less than that minimum value, it's not going to work. You cannot send that transaction. So okay, let's do it.
I can maybe just
quick.
simplify, Adriano, from my viewpoint. Martin,
Yes.
if you send Daedalus has this functionality as well. So does Yoroi, to my best of knowledge. So if you send 5 ADA in Daedalus or Yoroi, they also calculate the additional fee. That's about 0.16, 0.17 ADA. And so when I pay to you 5 ADA, you receive 5, but I send 5.16. So Daedalus and Yoroi also have this functionality, but when you go down to the code, when you go down to a lower level, you actually have to code a little bit for the user for that to be visible.
Okay, yeah, that's clear.
Cool.
Adriano was like, did I miss the point or am I correct?
Yes. Sometimes the only thing I can say about this is that sometimes I guess I don't remember which wallet, so I will lie to you if I said the name. But sometimes wallets tell you, okay, you need some extra ADA to be set on the input, right, on the text field you're setting for the transaction. So this like red messages that say, okay, you need a bit more or something like that. The idea is to mitigate them. That's the only thing I want to say. Sometimes, as you said, Philippe, it's like auto calculated as well. In this case, super quick. You can check, for example, we want to send to this address this value of ADA that it's not correct. So you can check here that it's going to be adapted to the minimum ADA value that you have to set for sending to this address ADA. And that's it.
Okay, this is maybe a different issue. Yes, this is the minimum ADA requirement set by Cardano itself. You cannot send less than 1 point something ADA. This is the min UTXO, I think.
Exactly.
So in a case, Martin, where you want to send 0.5, the transaction will not work. It will not work in any wallet. And this wallet just shows you immediately that it's not going to work and tells you how much you need to send as a minimum amount.
As it says here. Exactly. That's the idea.
Yeah,
And of course,
yeah.
this fee is extra, right? This fee is a value you have to pay extra to the value you set, for example, or you are sending here, right? So here you have the sum of everything to check. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks. Clear.
Cool. Thank you.
Does anyone else have any more questions for Adriano? Okay, seems not.
Okay.
Adriano, thank you again very much. I'm going to stop recording now.